You're welcome to my channel. We are still continuing with topic 2, which is called employment income, taxation of employment income. So in this video, we are going to look at the benefits in kind and their valuation. Benefits in kind are those benefits that you receive but not in monetary value. The employer can use money to give you those benefits, but you as you do not receive cash in your hands. So we are going to look at the benefits in kind and their valuation. And the first benefit is the use or availability for use of a motor vehicle wholly or partly for private purposes of an employee. If they give you a motor vehicle at work, it can be when it is for both work and private use. You can use it for any of the two. So if you are using it for private purposes also, it means that it's benefiting you. So it is a benefit in kind that you're receiving, because if you never had that job, you will not be using the motor vehicle. So it is a benefit in kind. The use or availability for use of a motor vehicle. It can be wholly or partly for private purposes of an employee. It is a benefit in kind. So if they give us this benefit in kind, how do we determine the value of the benefit? Because here it is plain, they have not given us any value. So how do we determine the value of the benefit, of this benefit in kind? The use of the motor vehicle wholly or partly for private purposes. The value of the benefit is calculated according to the following. So when it comes to the motor vehicle, this is how we calculate for the benefit. It's 20% times A times B out of C minus D. This is the formula that we use to calculate for the motor vehicle benefit. Or any vehicle benefit. It can be car, whereby A is the market value of the motor vehicle at the time when it was first provided for private use of the employee. Like when they give you the motor vehicle at work, when it's for both work and private purposes, if its market value or the current value of that motor vehicle is 2 million, it becomes our A. So A is the market value of the motor vehicle at the time when it was given to you for private use for your private use. So our A can be to M. And then if they tell you that the car was maybe bought in 2017 at 2M and it was given to you in 2019, in that period there is depreciation. So you have to first calculate for its depreciation to get its net book value. We shall see that when we get an example. So it is depreciated on a reducing balance. You have to note this. It is depreciated on a reducing balance. It's what we use, not straight line. It's depreciated on a reducing balance basis at a rate of 35%. You have to be knowing this because it will not be given in case we are doing an example. So it is depreciated on a reducing balance basis at a rate of 35% per annum for the subsequent years, effective 1st July. And that is how we get the A. This A. Then B. B is the number of days in a year of income during which the motor vehicle was used or available for use for private purposes by the employee for all or part of the day. B, it is the number of days that you use the vehicle, the number of days that you benefit from the vehicle. If you use it the whole year, like full time, you use it for private purposes, then we take 365 days. If you use it like once in a month, then we use 12 days, something like that. So you keep calculating the number of days that the employee has used the motor vehicle for private purposes. And this is the B. This B. The number of days the employer has used the vehicle for private purposes. Then C. C is the number of days in a year of income, and they are mainly 365 days. Yes, so C is the number of days in the year of income, this C. Then D. D is any payment made by the employee for the benefit. If they give you a motor vehicle, they can tell you that maybe you are supposed to pay like 300K every month for the benefit. So we subtract that and it becomes our D. Any payment made by the employee for the benefit, it is what we call D. So the formula for calculating for the motor vehicle benefit is 20% times A times B out of C minus D, and that is how we calculate for it. Yeah. Then another benefit in kind, we have the provision of a domestic assistant. A domestic assistant can be a housekeeper, a gardener, and anyone else. Yeah. So if they give you a domestic assistant, it is also a benefit in kind. They are not giving you money, but they are paying your housekeeper. Yeah. And in the end, you are benefiting. Yeah. So the benefit is equal to the total amount paid by the employer to the domestic assistant in respect to services rendered to the employee, less any payment made by the employee for the benefit. They can get you a housekeeper. Maybe that housekeeper is supposed to be paid 200K per month, and they tell you, us as a company, we shall pay 150, and you are supposed to contribute 50K to the salary of the housekeeper. So in order for us to get the benefit, we get 200K minus the 50. Yeah. So the benefit is equal to the total amount paid by the employer to the domestic assistant in respect to the services rendered to the employee, less any payment made by the employee for the benefit. Let's have an example. An example is here. The CEO of Nail Valley Limited has a housekeeper, domestic assistant who is remunerated by the company. We note that. Then the total employment income of the housekeeper is this, 500K. That is the total employment income per month. Then the CEO makes a monthly contribution of 100K for this benefit. The CEO is the employer. It's the employee. It's the employee. So the CEO makes a monthly contribution of UGX 100 for this benefit. Required, they want us to determine the value of the benefit enjoyed by the CEO in the year of income. Yeah, so here we shall get the employment income. We shall get the employment income that was given to the housekeeper, which is 500K. Yes, 500K. Then we less the contribution for the benefit. The contribution for the benefit, he was contributing 100K. So 500K minus 100K, what we get is 400K. So the value of the benefit Value of the benefit is 400k UGX. It's what he's benefiting. He's having the housekeeper. The housekeeper is being paid 500k, but him is only contributing 100k. So he's benefiting 400k. Yeah, I hope we get that. Then another benefit in kind we have is provision of meals, refreshment, or entertainment to an employee by the employer as private benefit to the employee. If they give you meals, refreshment, or entertainment for private benefit, or if they give it to you, like if you're very many workers at the workplace, but then they only give you meals because you're the CEO or something, it is also regarded as a benefit in kind. Yeah. If they send you to a trip in Dubai, if they only send you without sending the rest, it is also regarded as a benefit in kind. So if they provide for you meals, refreshment, or entertainment, yeah. Then the value of the benefit, how do we value this benefit that you are receiving? The value of the benefit is the cost incurred by the employer to provide the benefit, reduced by any consideration paid by the employee for the benefit. Yeah. So if the trip to Dubai was like 6M, and they tell you that you are supposed to contribute 500k. Yeah. So in order for us to get the value of the benefit, we get the 6M minus the 500k, then we get the value of the benefit. Let's have an example. NASA Limited enters into a contract with Nakawa Hotel for the provision of meals to senior management staff in the dining area, which is open to the general public. Provision to management staff only. Yeah, the total monthly cost per employee is 600,000, and each staff is required to make a contribution of 100,000. So the total cost is 600,000 for each employee, and each employee is required to make a contribution of 100,000 for the benefit per month. Required, they're asking if this is exempt income, and if not, determine the value of the annual benefit enjoyed by each employee of senior management. So solution, first of all, this is not exempt income. It is taxable income because the benefit is given to only management staff and not all the employees of the organization. Yeah. So it is not exempt income because the benefit is not available to all employees. Then how do we calculate for the benefit? The value of the benefit, we get the cost of providing the benefit, which was 600k, this. Then we less the value of the benefit that was contributed by each employee, by each staff. It was 100k. So you get your calculator, 600k minus 100k. 600k minus 100k, which is 500k. So the value of the benefit is 500k. Yeah. Then we look at the fourth benefit. It is called provision of an employee utility cost in respect of the employee's place of residence. If they provide for you things at home, for example, if they pay your water, your water bills, your electricity bills. It is also regarded as a benefit in kind. Yeah. Provision of employees' utility cost in respect of the place of residence. Yeah. And here the value of the benefit is the cost to the employer of providing the utilities, reduced by any consideration paid by the employee for the utilities. So mainly, they all have the same formula of being calculated. Like if Yaka is maybe 50,000 and they tell you to contribute 10,000, the value of the benefit is 50 minus 10. Yeah. So the value of the benefit is the cost to the employer of providing utilities, reduced by any consideration paid by the employer for the utilities. Let's have an example. Example is that in Peter's employment contract, it was saying that he will contribute 10% to all domestic utilities enjoyed by him, and the balance is provided by the employer. At the end of June, Peter's total domestic water and electricity bills were 1 million. They were 1 million. The company paid the amount in full. In fulfillment of his part of the bargain, Peter paid 10% of the bill to his employer. Required, determine the benefit enjoyed by Peter. So we get the total value. Solution, we get the total value of the utilities, which is 1M, and then we less Peter's contribution that he contributed towards the utilities. So 10% times 1M, which is 100,000. So we less the contribution, which is 100,000. Yeah. After that, we get the value of the benefit. So 1M minus 100,000, which is 900,000. So the value of the benefit is 900,000. Yeah. This has been part 1 of the valuation of benefits in kind. Let's catch up in my next video. We shall be continuing with the valuation of benefits in kind.